All right, in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to break into the luxury market and get leads at your fingertips every single month using social media. Number one, let's do an audit. When's the last time you looked at your bio on your LinkedIn? Do you have a LinkedIn? When's the last time you looked at your Instagram, your Facebook, every one of your social media platforms and said, okay, first of all, does my bio display what I do for a living? Does everybody that follows me, do they know that I'm a real estate agent? Do they know I want to be in the luxury market? Do you post every time you go on a listing appointment? Do you have a logo and a branding and a website and everything that is pertaining to you in your physical image and your brokerage? Does that align with the real estate that you are trying to sell? Or are you just going through the motions? Well, today we're going to go over a few different things that will help you immediately start getting business on demand using social media. Number one, I told you I would do a self-audit on all my social media platforms. Look at my bio, make sure that everybody knows where I'm selling, what I'm selling. If I want to be in the luxury market, all I'm going to do is promote the luxury real estate listings that I'm getting. So, example, I'm going to give you one thing. If I'm driving to a showing, I talk about this in my masterclass all the time. It's actually kind of funny. If I'm only going after $1 million properties and I'm going to go show a $300,000 showing, I still want to promote that I'm going on the showing, but instead of showing the house, I'm going to show like my hand on the steering wheel saying I'm going to showings. If I'm at $1 million property or touring one at new construction, maybe something's going on that's being developed down the street, I'm going to say I'm showing a client even though if I don't have a client, it doesn't matter. I'm out there, I'm involved, okay? I got Jake, John, Daisy, I got the whole squad here, and you're watching it live. You need to be showing people every single day what you're doing. You are competing for everybody's attention. You have to understand that it doesn't matter how many followers you have anymore. It depends on how good your content is. You guys have a way better starting point than I do. If you have 5,000 followers, you can get more views and likes than I do with 85,000 just because the algorithm is going to position you to the people that are looking at your style of content. It doesn't matter anymore about followers. It's just literally the quality of how engaging it is and what you're doing, okay? So let's look at the posting schedule and routine similar to working out. You're not just gonna go to the bench press and do 225 your first time there. You guys gotta start by going to the gym consistently and frequently and just building that routine and building that habit. Then, so I would say maybe 3 times a week to start, I would do a story and a reel or a post, something. Just get out there and get people's attention. Then slowly work your way up. At a very good stage, at a very good pace, I would say if you're going to compete at a high level and you want to be in the top 1% of people that are posting and creating content, you got to be posting at least 6 to 8 stories a day and 1 to 2 reels a day. If not, you're not going to be seen. You have to think about it. You are literally competing with the Kardashians. You're competing with Coca-Cola. You're competing with Netflix. You're competing with every single company and brand and all the influencer marketing that's being funneled from the top of their brands through Instagram. And all the people that are promoting their products, right? You have to be posting at such a high frequency that it's impossible for people to see. If I post at 8 a.m., but John doesn't go on his Instagram till noon, and I'm not one of his top followers, he's not gonna see my content. So I have to try and get in front of his face again. Maybe he didn't go on social media that day. And there's gonna be 50 other people that he follows that post content. Maybe even if they just post once, I'm 50 posts behind the way that I look at it. So another thing, if you don't have a social media presence, how do you expect anyone to work with you? If I know that Coleman is a painter and my friend Jake recommended me to Coleman, I'm gonna go, okay, I wanna see his work and I wanna see him. I wanna make sure he's not a total stranger, he's not a serial killer. I wanna know what he looks like, I wanna know what he sounds like, I wanna know where he works. And maybe we have mutual friends. It's the first way to connect, aka the best CRM platform in the planet. It's free, unless you put money behind it, which you can essentially get thousands of views in a span of 48 hours or less for little to no money. So the first thing people are going to do when you are cold calling and you're setting these appointments, especially with cold calling, you are a complete stranger and maybe even they associate you with being a scammer or some other negative thing, especially if they've never heard of your name, especially if you're with some boutique brokerage like Shake Shack Realty. Some of my students are with Juke Jam Real Estate. It's I don't know what that is. Right? So the first thing I'm going to do is John might be great, but if he's with Juke Jam Shake Shack, I'm going to go, okay, who is this guy? Is he real? What does he sell? Where is he selling? And I'm going to try and build some sort of familiarity and trust based off of his social media content. But again, if it's he hasn't posted in 2 months, it's just pictures of him, it's not anything, there's no value, there's no videos, there's no him talking, how do you expect anybody to really resonate with that person or trust that person? I literally just got a $7 million listing from somebody's daughter who's a real estate agent who resonated with how I operate, told their parents about me, and I got that deal and I sold them in 44 days. I got a 6-figure commission check based off of that alone. I have a client at the gym that I literally probably see him 3 to 5 times a week. He has a lot of real estate. His son follows me on social media and was like, Dad, you need to use Anthony when you sell your next house. That's a $5 million listing. If I wasn't on social media, all those opportunities would be missing. Let me tell you also, and let me go further. I don't really think about it because it's so like normal to me. I've met huge athlete managers. I've met huge celebrities or people like Neil from Timepiece Trading and gotten in those doors and filmed a podcast with the mayor of Bell Harbor and Golden Beach because I've literally met them and they've seen my social media, or their friends or family or kids have seen my social media. It's like you have the opportunity to create your own TV show. You have the opportunity to create your own network, right? I always look at, I don't want to say his name, but these people on $1 Million Listing, Miami, New York, LA, whatever, they have such an advantage because they're being broadcasted to millions of people. So if I'm one of the unlucky ones that didn't get on the show or get the opportunity to get them on the show, I'm not going to play victim and cry boo-hoo like to say they got lucky. I'm going to make my own luck by creating my own network, by creating my own audience and attracting people that resonate with me, that like me, the way that I talk, look, dress, deliver my message, work, whatever. You guys don't have to get 50 people to love you. You have to get 2 or 3 to like you every single month in real estate off social media alone. And if you could have 3 strong lead generation systems, cold calling, social media, and referrals, your sphere of influence, you will never, ever go a month without closing a deal or getting a new deal. It won't happen. You will have so many leads that you will forget who to call, which is a good problem to have. By the way, these are like good problems. You have too many meetings. You're double down on qualifying them because you don't know if you should go to that appointment, if you should hire help, if you should not post today because you have to service all your clients. Like, those are the type of problems you have when you're scaling and when you're growing, and when you start feeling that, that's when you know you're doing something right, usually. So if I wanted to dominate, let's say Soho in New York, for example, like I'm going to start there. I'm going to start very, very small before I like broaden my search and go all over Manhattan. Like, yes, I want to ultimately take over Manhattan, but I don't need to. If I start with Tribeca or Soho or one or the other, and I go even further and I find 2 or 3 communities or buildings or restaurants that I just love, and I literally every single week that I go to these properties, let's say, or restaurants, let's say every Tuesday I go to, I don't even know some of these places, STK. I'm going to go Tuesday night at 7 p.m. every single time. Every time I make videos, I'm going to do it in front of like very popular buildings or places that people that live in those areas would resonate with. I'm going to go talk about the new pizza place that just went into, like, I'm going to be a human being and I'm going to know that market better than anybody else. Because when I go to compete with another big agent, I'm going to be able to tell them, yes, there's 300 buildings in this property. JD was the developer. He built it in 2015. This guy funded it. The average price per square foot's $500. The average days on market's 38. The 2 real estate agents that dominate the market, which again, I wouldn't want to go with the agent who has the complete market share, because how are they going to push your property over the other 30 listings that they have? That's why I need to hire me. So I'd know my shit like the back of my hand. I'd be posting every single day. I would be trying to connect with the local, like, I don't know, anybody that's relevant or influential in those areas. Like, maybe I go talk to the mayor. Maybe I go talk to people that are in politics over there. Maybe I ask my parents or my coworkers or whoever, like, pay attention. Who's the big players? Who are the developers? Where do I need to be? Where are the city hall meetings? When is the last time you got to a city hall meeting to hear about developments or people going to a plan for zoning variances or developments so that you know what's going on in the city? Be the only person that they think of. Money follows attention. When you think of a red soda can or pop can, what do you think of? You already know, we don't need to say it. When you think of real estate, you think of Nucci Real Estate, Nucci Real Estate, Nucci Real Estate. It's the only thing I want. I don't need to be known as Nucci anything else. Nucci Real Estate Coaching. That's it. It's ingrained. That's all I know. I don't need to know about what's going on in Brooklyn. I don't need to know about what's going on the Upper East Side. I don't need to know what's going on the Upper West Side. I need to know my Tribeca or my Soho better than anybody else, and then I can slowly start expanding, and that's how you do it. You don't go here, 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 here. You start here, and then you slowly start expanding the reach, and that is how you will get people to become more familiar with you. It'll take a little bit of time, but in the beginning, it's like, just go through the trial and error while you're cold calling. You're building your social media presence, right? A year or 2 later, you're going to have 500 posts. You're going to be way better at posting. Friends and family and people that you don't know of are going to be getting sold on you throughout that journey. You don't know the customer journey time. It might have took Coleman 2 months to buy my coaching program. It might have took Jake a year. It might have took John 3 months. It doesn't matter. You have to post every day because you don't know who you're talking to and when. Someone might have just followed me yesterday. Someone might have been following me a year ago. Don't be afraid to talk about your story. Don't be afraid to post the same thing, like the same kind of like cycle. For example, like value, post value, post lifestyle, post viral content, viral to get people to come to your page. It may not be of value, but it goes viral. If there's 500,000 people that view your post, you have 10,000 followers, you get all these eyeballs on you, and then they can see how valuable you are to them based off of the other content you're posting. So have a system, stick to it. It doesn't need to be a Hollywood production. It doesn't need to be high quality. There doesn't need to be a ring light. Go outside, turn your camera sideways on your phone, and rip, okay? And you don't even need to post a call to actions. Like, honestly, I used to post a call to action on all my videos for real estate specifically years ago. Like, yeah, DM me if you need your house sold. Call me, blah, 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 blah. I don't even call to action anymore. People just come to me. Like, my aura, my confidence, the way that I'm posting the stuff that I'm posting, people have there's no discrepancy. Like, okay, this guy's got a multi-million-dollar listing. He's got a $10+ million listing. He just closed a $7 million listing. He's got people in his office. He's got people on his team. He's got all this stuff going on. He's got the aura. He's got the confidence. He's got the energy. This guy feels like he's going to fucking rock through the walls, blow through the ceiling, Jake. I want to work with this guy, or I hate him and I don't want to work with him. Be polarizing, okay? It's like politics. You're either going to be on the right or you're going to be on the left. I'm not playing to be in the middle. There's never going to be a strong enough stance for somebody to be pulled in by you if you're just in the middle. So be strong, be you, be normal, so you don't have to fake it, and it feels natural, and people will come to you. It might take a little bit longer than you think, but who cares? It's not going to take longer than going to college for 10 years, I'll tell you that, and the ROI is going to be 10 times higher, infinitely higher. If you guys like this video and or love it, which I'm sure you did, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, leave a comment on what you want to see next. Follow me on Instagram for The Real Sauce. If you want to scale your business, scale your GCI, learn how I get multiple leads a month and multiple listings a month from my social media and cold calling, go to the link in the bio, and my team and I look forward to speaking to you.